Hello friends, this is officially my triathlon vlog. My triathlon is here. I am going to be running my triathlon on Sunday, and I just, my head's still getting around it at the minute. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm a little bit excited, and a little bit scared. But I definitely think I can do it. But it is a few days before. It's currently Wednesday and the triathlon's on Sunday, so I've got a few days. But I wanted to show y'all what I'm getting up to a little bit in the run up, because I'm like sorting out my bike, carbo loading, pre-hydrating, and then I have to get to the triathlon and actually do it, and then we can talk about it after. So yeah, that's kind of where I think this video is gonna go. But this evening, Joe has agreed to help me sort out my bike because it needs a massive, massive clean. So we're gonna give it a good tune-up right now, and I thought it'd be fun to bring you with us. This is the first thing I do in the morning. I have my little peanut butter and jelly square and a glass of hardcore electrolytes plus creatine plus L-glutamine. She's gotta pre-hydrate. Good morning, baby. Come here. Come here. I don't have any hands. Come here, baby. Do you think I'm gonna do good in my triathlon? Have I been preparing well enough? Cleo, have I been preparing well enough? No, Mom. Suck it. Yeah, hi, baby. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat this now. It is time for my final workout before my triathlon. So this week has been a taper week, and I guess kind of last week as well. Basically, if you don't know what that is, if you've not done any like big races or anything before, it's where in your training you slow down and like not do nearly as much or potentially nothing in the few weeks leading up to your race day, so that you don't like overwork yourself and like cause yourself to be too tired to do race day proper. So this is my last exercise. Originally it was supposed to be a 15-minute run, but I'm like really mindful of my knee at the minute, because of like how like the volume of the training I was doing. It's feeling ever so slightly sensitive, and I just want to be as careful as possible with it before a race day. And so I've decided I'm gonna do like a half an hour really easy indoor bike instead, and just sort of relax with it. But then I have Friday and Saturday off, no training whatsoever, and then race day very early morning on Sunday. So doing that, I am just going to finish up my electrolyte slash supplement drink. time for second breakfast because I am hungry and I'm carbo loading, so it's all good. I get to pretty much eat as much as I'd like. But I'm really hungry right now, so I'm going to make myself a bagel. Bagel is ready. I've got some vegan cream cheese on here and some everything bagel seasoning that my parents brought me from the States, and I'm so excited to tuck in. It's gonna be delicious. So I've just had a look on my training tracker because I was crossing off the final day. So exciting. And I counted up all of the days I have exercised over the 12-week period, and I've done 48 days of exercise, which is an average of 4 days a week of exercise, which is pretty phenomenal. I'm really proud of myself for doing that much. And I never thought I'd be, not that I never thought I'd be such an exercise girly, but like doing a triathlon was never something that I thought would be a goal of mine. It kind of just seemed not unreasonable, but it was never a thing. But then this year I'm really glad that I have signed up for it, and it's given me something to push towards, because having something like this has worked really well for me exercise wise. It's gotten me to properly take the time and do it, and I don't have to like think about what I'm doing each day. I just have to look at this and then do the thing, which is quite nice. And working out 4 times a week, I'm pretty proud of that. Sometimes it was like up to 2 hours in a day, which is quite a long time to be exercising for me. I'm lucky enough that I have a very flexible work schedule. I can kind of work around what I need to do. I could not imagine training for something like this with a full-time job. That would be super duper hectic and probably quite stressful. But since I am able to kind of fit it in around doing my plant stuff and videos, it's much more doable, I think. But I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this training, and I'm excited to potentially plan for future races, whether they be triathlons or maybe I'll do a half marathon next. Who knows? I really liked doing the training plan thing. It worked really well for me. Okay, good morning y'all. It is Saturday today, which means, actually, if it's past, yep, it's well past 9 o'clock. But by this time tomorrow, I will have run, hopefully, my triathlon, which is crazy. I can't believe that it is like the day is finally here, like tomorrow. And I'm feeling very excited about it, but I'm also nervous. Like, I think my brain's just going through all of the sort of what ifs, which I feel like is probably normal, but at the same time it is scary. Oh, I was gonna put mousse in, obviously. But I am just doing my hair at the minute. I'm just putting some mousse in because this is like kind of my hair for the triathlon tomorrow. So basically, my triathlon is in Guildford, and I don't live in Guildford, and so either I have to get up really early tomorrow morning, like really early, or I need to find a place to stay in Guildford. Very luckily, I have a friend whose mum lives in Guildford who has very kindly offered me a place to stay for the night. Literally, Joe and I are going this evening and getting up at the ass crack of dawn tomorrow morning, and going to the race. So it's not like, I just need a bed basically to sleep in. You don't need to feed me or anything, so that's really lucky. But doing that tonight, and I don't think I want to get up even earlier in the morning to do my hair. I mean, I very well could be awake. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep very well tonight, just because of the sort of anticipation of things. I feel like that's big for me. Like the day before I have big things happening, I tend to not sleep very well. I think that's probably quite common, just because I get anxiety dreams. I'm like, what if my alarm doesn't go off? What if I fall off my bike? And I had like every single one of these anxiety dreams the night before I do something, so I'm hoping that that doesn't happen, because it would be nice if it didn't happen. But at the same time, if it does, it does. So I don't think I'm gonna want to get up earlier than I have to tomorrow morning, because I have to check in between 5:30 and 6:30 a.m. and I'm in the first wave of groups because I submitted a slower swimming time, and so I'm in the first wave, which is at 7 a.m. So I need to be ready to race before 7 a.m. which is really early. And I think for the actual race, I want to have my French braids, but I did like a bun at the back the other day when I did my full try test, because I basically tested myself to see if I could do all 3 things. Like, I basically did a practice run, maybe like a month, 5 weeks ago, and maybe 6 weeks. And for that I had my hair mostly in braids, but at the back I just had a bit of a bun, which I thought worked perfectly. It kept my hair out of my face, it didn't flop around or anything, and it was comfortable, which is great. And so if I can do similar for tomorrow, that would be great. And I find it easiest to braid my hair just after I've washed it when it's wet. That's when I can get the hair like the tightest in the braids. And so that's what I have just done. I've just washed my hair, and it's the easiest to braid right now. And I'm like, for now, I'm just gonna do full braids because that is slightly cuter for the time being. And I've got my little blue elastics to match my my tri-suit. Not that I will be wearing elastics, but yeah. So they're gonna be easier to braid, and I'm putting mousse in hopes that it helps it stay a little bit more. We'll see. If this doesn't work, it doesn't work, and if I need to just like put my hair in a ponytail tomorrow morning, I can do that. It's not like, it's not the end of the world. Also, ideally, I just like wouldn't do anything today, but it's actually one of my friends, Sophie's hen do in London today, which I'm going to this afternoon, and it's a little bit sad because like I obviously want to go and like party and celebrate with her that she's getting married soon, but I can't do any of like the real partying thing. I've not drinking at all this week. Alcohol. I mean, I'm drinking a butt ton of water, but I've not had any alcohol this week just because I'm trying to stay as hydrated as possible, and just tried to eat like semi-healthy, semi-carbo loading, which has been very enjoyable. I've gotten to eat lots of food, but yeah, so I'm only going to the very beginning. I think there's like pre-drinks and activity, and then they're going to dinner and like out in the evening, and I'm not going to dinner or out just because I really want to be able to eat food that we've cooked here, just because I trust it the most. Not that I don't trust restaurants, but like I just want to save food before the anxiety thing. And so we're gonna be eating here and then heading up to Guildford with my bike and all my stuff, and so it's good, but it's just sad that I don't get to like properly do the hen, because this will be the second hen do I've ever been to. Hen do's a bachelorette party, for those of you in the States. So it'll be really fun, and I'll get to celebrate in some capacity, just not like the fun, like crazy fun time of like going out in the evening. Not that that's like a crazy fun time for me always, but it's a shame that I have to leave a bit early, but it is okay. I have a big important thing to do, and I'm excited to do it. So yeah, just gonna finish up my hair, and then I need to get packed, I guess, because I'm not gonna have tons and tons of time this evening. I haven't booked train tickets yet, but I don't want to be getting to Guildford too late, obviously, because I want to be able to get a decent night's sleep as best as I possibly can in essentially a new location. So yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Cool. Braid's done and it looks cute for the time being. This is the dress I'm wearing to the hen. Ding! Just really comfortable and cozy because it's still boiling hot. I think also race day is going to be quite warm tomorrow. I think, let me check. As of yesterday, I looked at it, said it was supposed to be like 21 in Guildford tomorrow. 23 and mostly sunny. So, I mean, at the same time, it could be quite cool in the morning. Okay, at 7 a.m. it'll be 16 degrees and so like 16 to 18, so not hot but not cold at the same time, which is actually quite good. My only worry is I might be a little bit cold on the cycle at the beginning because I did my tri-suit test the other day where I got in the shower and wet my tri-suit before going on a bike ride because I'm gonna have to cycle in it wet, so I may as well like put it to the full test. So I did a little TikTok on that because I found it really funny that I was like hopping into the shower with my tri-suit on, and the only issue was that at the very beginning I was quite cold, and I think my sports bra never dried during the like 90-minute cycle, which is further than I will have to be doing on the day. So I'm not gonna be wearing that sports bra. I have gotten a different sports bra. I got a Gymshark one. Let me start. I've done my hair, so let me start packing and I can show you everything I'm gonna bring. So this is what I'm going to put on first thing in the morning: my tri-suit and my Gymshark sports bra. I don't think this is necessarily any more quick drying than the other one, but we can try it and it'll be fine. And in the morning before, I'm going to be wearing a jumper just over the top because I might be cold. So that's what I have to wear first, and I'm going to have that with my goggles. I don't think I need to bring a swim cap, but I'm going to just in case. I'm pretty sure that they provide one, but just in case, may as well have one. And I'm going to also put on some sun cream before in the morning, just in case. I just get sunburnt really easily, so may as well. And my body glide, potentially. This is pretty, it's like long enough that it doesn't really chafe me, so that's really good. But we'll see. And then when I get out of the pool, I have to run to the transition area, and I need to put on my helmet before I touch my bike at all. So the first thing I'm going to do, even before I put on my shoes, I'm going to put on my helmet and clip it on properly. And then I'm going to put on socks and shoes. I do not have cleats. I don't have cleats for my bike. I've never ridden with cleats before. I know my bike isn't particularly triathlon-y, but first time I didn't want to go out and spend a bunch of money on an expensive bike and cleats and all this stuff if I don't know if I even like doing this. So we're just going to be doing it in my running shoes. That's what I've been practicing in. It should be okay. And I have my sunglasses here, and I don't know, I can't decide if I want to use the like actual glasses or if let me grab it. They also have this thing where I can like use it as a strap instead so they don't fall off, and this is what I used during my practice try, and I actually think I quite liked that. I felt like it was pretty easy. It made things easy, but at the same time I've cycled with them just as glasses as well, and that's fine. So maybe I'll keep them as glasses. I'm gonna bring this entire box just in case, because if it's really cloudy and I don't want to have like sunglasses in here, I've got, I think it's these ones, which are essentially clear. They're just like not tinted, which would be easier if it is not very sunny. I can wear those and that will be good. I also have Joe's running belt, which I'm going to use as a like number holder. Oh, I need to grab a gel as well and some of my electrolytes, but I'm going to use this as a number belt and pin my number onto this because I don't want to pin it onto my tri-suit like in the transition time. That just takes too much time. And then I've got a tiny little bike repair kit, which I'm also going to put inside of that just in case I get a flat tire out there. I really, really hope I don't, because I'm not good at changing tires, or patching up tires. I can do it, I just prefer not to. So hopefully that will be fine. But I think that is everything I need to do the triathlon. It's a lot of stuff, that's for sure. And obviously my bike, but that's outside, so it'll be fine. It'll all be good. Gonna put most of this in a tote bag, just because it's the easiest, I think. So Joe and I will be cycling to the train station, because I've got to get my bike there. It makes the most sense if Joe like rides a Lime bike or something there. So we're gonna be wearing this, so that's fine. Don't need that. Glasses going in here. I've put my gel, which I don't know if I'm gonna want or not, but I have it just in case. These are the ones that Joe's been using mostly, and they're fine. I've tried them once, and then like if I need it, I need it. If I don't, I don't. So that is in the belt. Hopefully, I don't know if my thing will come with safety pins, so I'll bring some safety pins. I think I've got a couple in under the bed here. So I'll bring some safety pins so I can pin my number to this. Also, I'm gonna have a little like ankle monitor that is gonna be my timer chip that I wear throughout the whole thing. Because it's like you can't wear your number in the water, obviously. So this goes in here. I'm gonna just stick it in my shoe. Also grabbed my electrolytes, which I've been having every morning and night for the past couple of days to pre-hydrate. I'm just getting nervous at this point. I'm just getting so nervous. Pull that jumper on top. There we go. Tri-suit in a bag. Okay, so I feel good about having packed that now. I feel much better, I think. Oh, I wanted to bring a towel, like a gym towel. Trusty gym towel, just to have, like, if I want to, like, wipe my face or something. I don't know. It's good to have, if nothing else. And if I don't use it, I don't use it, and that's fine. So, put that in there. Good to go. So now I'm gonna eat lunch here, go to a hen do, come back, have dinner here, and then we can make our way to Guildford. Ah! I almost forgot my water bottle. I need to bring this because I'm gonna be thirsty on the cycle. And there's water stations on the run, I think like 1.5 kilometers in. So I don't need it on the run. I don't need like a vest or anything. I just want to have this on my bike for the cycle because hydration is important, but I'm gonna empty it out before I put it in this bag. Ah, that's important. Made it to Guildford, have a place to stay tonight, and we're getting up super early tomorrow morning. So, see you then! Amazing. Thank you very much. Thanks. 549, baby.
What are those?
I'm just gonna do it in Crocs. I don't want to be eating this, but
Well done, Emma, come on. Come on, Emma. Looking good. You got it, come on. Last bit.
Half asleep, but very excited. For the vlog.
Here we go then, everybody. Time to welcome another one of our triathletes towards the finish line. I have a funny feeling this might be Emma coming towards the line. Couple more.
Well done, Emma!
And there we have it. What a huge congratulations. Triathlon done and dusted. And nobody can ever take that away from you. Excellent. Excellent work. Triathlon done and dusted.
Show us the medal. Come on, Emma. Yeah.
made it home. And actually, my hair is still pretty intact back here. So, good race day hair. Pretty happy with that. But I desperately need a shower and to just lie down for a couple hours, for a while. And then I can tell you all of my like final feelings and everything. I mean, in like a second for you. So, see you in a sec. Y'all, I freaking did the Guildford Sprint Triathlon. I freaking did it! I'm sorry, it is the next day at this point. I mean, I don't need to apologize to y'all. Y'all know I was exhausted at the end of yesterday, and I just had the most chill afternoon. Joe actually went and got me a bubble tea as like my little reward, which was really lovely. I much needed that. But I feel like I can now actually reflect on my time doing the triathlon. I actually even made some notes so I wouldn't like forget anything, because I feel like I have a lot of feelings about it, and like some are good, some are bad, some are like good for the future, and I just want to share that with you, because I like first and foremost, I am immensely proud of myself. I am so proud of myself, and that's not something that I feel all that often. I feel like I'm often striving for feeling proud of myself, but like this was a really big accomplishment for me. It's something that I've spent the last 12 plus weeks working on, like 12 strict weeks, and then a little bit before as well, really working on, like, towards this goal. And the fact that I was able to finish is just, I am just so proud of myself, and I had a really, really great time doing it as well. There were many times throughout the race that I just found myself smiling because I was just having a good time, and that's what's important to me. I want to be having a good time doing this. There's, like, if you're just miserable the whole time, like, a little bit of misery, fine, because you're doing something hard, but if you're miserable the whole time, maybe something's not quite right there. But, I mean, I'm not to say if you've done one and you've been miserable the whole time, fine, that doesn't discount the fact that you've done it, but, yeah, my goal was just to finish, though. I wasn't trying to, like, go for a time or anything. I just wanted to have done it and finish, and turned out that I did better than I thought I would. I did better than, like, my time was better than the practice race I did, I think, like, 5 or something weeks ago, when I did that. So, like, that was really, really exciting, but I can get more on that in the end. So, full reflection, I'm just gonna kind of go over, like, my emotions during this time and, like, how I was feeling, and just little tidbits of information, because I find it really interesting, and, like, I would want to know if, like, this is the kind of video that I would love to watch if I was thinking about doing a race like this. So, I wasn't very nervous for the swim. I am a fairly confident swimmer. I think I'm a very competent swimmer, and I'm not swimming, like, incredibly fast or anything, but I can swim, and I can swim well. I very much so underestimated my swim abilities when I put down, because we had to put down, like, our estimated swim time, and I put mine down as 15 minutes, which is, I know I can do it faster than 15 minutes. When I was swimming in my pool at, like, nearby, I was regularly doing it in between, like, 10 and 13 minutes. So, like, I know I can swim fast, fast enough to do that low. I put 15 minutes because I'm gonna be better safe than sorry. I don't want to put any pressure on myself if I'm not feeling very fast on day, if I'm feeling really stressed out and, like, race jitters. I didn't want to, like, add too much pressure to myself to do, like, a really fast swim. I didn't want to have to feel like people were overtaking me, or that, like, I needed to, like, swim really hard and fast to, like, catch up to people. I didn't want that, and so I put myself in the slower category, which I'm really glad I did that. Kind of. I mean, obviously it would be ideal if they could exactly rank you from from, like, exact swim times, so you're never catching up to the person in front of you, but that is just impossible. Like, that cannot be done. With the, I think, 270 something people were racing, you can't, like, it's impossible to do that. They did do a really good job staggering us as we started. I did quite like that. I liked that better than, because in an open water swim, they just, like, blow a whistle or something, and then you just go, and everyone goes at once, and you're, like, all crowded together, and you're getting splashed, and it's something I'm still nervous about. If I did decide to do another race. But in the pool, they can't really do that, because otherwise, like, you'd have to rely on, like, people judging for themselves if they finish something, and it's not ideal. So they're really good about, like, waiting for the person in front of you to get, like, halfway down the lane, and then someone would be there asking for your race number, find you in the system, and say, "You ready? 3, 2, 1, go," and they would press your start time. And so, like, they made sure that you were getting the right race time for yourself, which is ideal. And I did pass a couple of people in the swimming pool that were swimming slower than me, and that was fine. It was really easy. You just tap the person's foot, and then when you got to the end of the line, they would just, like, let you pass. I did spend some time swimming behind some people, because I was like, I could pass in the middle of the lane, but I didn't want to do that. I'd rather just go a little bit slower, relax a little bit, because I knew I was going to be pushing myself for, like, another quite long period of time. I think I finished, I think I've got my results. I finished my swim in 11 minutes and 26 seconds. which I'm really proud of. That's like pretty average time for me, so that was good. And then from there we had a 300-meter barefoot run on grass to the transition area. That was quite a long run. Like it just felt really far. I get it because we were in like a pool and we had to get to a different like closed off area that could be a transition area, so like fine, it does make sense. But from there I had to like go and put on all of my gear for the cycle portion, and I did make sure to put my helmet on first before I even put my shoes on. Before I mean right after I got out of the pool I ripped off my swim cap and goggles, obviously. So I wasn't running with my swim cap and goggles on to get to the transition zone, but in the transition zone, got there, put my helmet on right away before I sat down and like put on my shoes and stuff. It dried my feet off, dried my sports bra off a little bit. It didn't do anything. It was still wet at the end of the race. It was fine. It didn't really bother me. But put on my socks and shoes, and I think this actually helped me later. Because my second transition I didn't need to change shoes because I didn't have cleats for my bike. I just had normal shoes, and I was running in those shoes that I was cycling in, so that was quite helpful down the line. So this transition, I was trying to remind myself not to rush it too much. It doesn't really matter. It was like a 5-minute transition from the getting out of the pool to leaving the transition zone on my bike, which was pretty slow, but I don't care. I wasn't trying to do anything special with my transitions. I got on my bike and I loved being on my bike. I was having a grand time. The bike was easily my favorite portion of the race, and I like running and I like swimming. And I mean, I like cycling as well, but like, I thoroughly enjoyed the bike. And also I was pretty much alone for most of it. I did pass a couple of people, and like a few people passed me, but for the most part I was just like cycling alone in these beautiful Surrey roads, and it was just beautiful. There's times on the cycle I was thinking I wish I had my camera so I could show y'all what I'm seeing. But it was just like beautiful, like trees going over the whole road, and like woodlands, and just really, really, really beautiful. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Except for the very, very end. It was hilly. There were two big hills at the end that I was pushing myself to get up, and I made it up the hills. I didn't walk my bike at any point. I didn't even like touch my brakes for the entirety of the race, because like on the downhills I'm trying to get momentum to go an uphill. So it was really nice and it felt really smooth. I was really worried about getting a popped tire. Didn't happen. It was absolutely fine. But the two hills at the end, I felt prepared for them, because most of the time when I was training I was doing a flat cycle loop, but the last time I went out on my bike I actually decided to do something a little bit different and ride around, because we do have some hills in our area, hills that I have tried to ride before and I haven't been able to make it up. But I was like, oh, maybe I'll try some hills, like just in case there's hills on the race. I'd rather have practiced them and feel confident in it before I go into it. And so during my practices I was like, even if I go slow, I'm gonna go up the hill, I'm gonna make it to the top. And during my practice I did that, and then during the race I did have to do some hills that felt like comparable to those, and I was like, I know I can do this because I've done it before. I can make it to the top. And so not easily, it was tough work. My quads were screaming at me by the tops of the hill, and I was just waiting to get to the top so I could kind of cruise down the next little bit. But I felt really confident in the hills, and I was like, all of them I knew that I could do it, and it felt really good. It felt really nice, and I was really proud of myself for those. And so after the 22-ish, 23-ish kilometers, got back to the transition zone, and this, like I said, this transition was so fast. All I had to do was re-rack my bike, take off my helmet, and then go. I didn't have to change shoes or anything, which did massively help. I didn't have to take that extra time in there, and so it was a really fast transition for me. My second transition was only 1 minute and 19 seconds compared to the 5 minutes and 17 seconds of the last one. So that was very speedy, which is good. And then the last portion was the run. This was tough. this was easily the hardest part for me. I practiced the bike to run, so I knew my legs were going to be jelly. My legs were really tired, and they didn't really feel tired on the bike, but as soon as I started running, I was like, my legs are tired. And it was a trail run. I have not practiced a single trail run at all, ever. I've never run on a trail before, really. And like being in London, we don't have trails that you can just run on. But this was a trail run, and it was hilly. There were, like, especially right at the beginning, there was quite a big hill, and that was so difficult. Like, when your legs are already jelly and you're like, it's the final portion of the race, like, it felt difficult. But when I started the run, I was at about 80 minutes at this point, and I'm like, oh, okay, if I run faster than 40 minutes for this 5K, then I will get a sub 2 hour time, which was like kind of my goal. I wasn't giving that was the first time I ever set myself a time goal, when I knew how much time I had left. I didn't want to set a time before. If I had done it in over 2 hours, I would have been extremely happy with myself either way, because I would have done it. But seeing as this is the first time, I didn't want to set a goal until I got to the run portion, and I was like, I know I can run this in less than 40 minutes. Even if it's a trail run, even if I'm struggling, I know I can do it. And so that's kind of what pushed me to keep going. And I think that was really important, because there were a couple times on some hills when I needed to walk. My body was just like, I am tired, you need to pause for a second. I didn't stop at any point. I kept moving, but I walked a little bit up like the last bits of a few hills. But the important thing is that I started going again. So I was a tiny bit bummed at myself for like stopping running and starting walking, but not at the same time, because that's what my body needed, and it was fine. And I still, like, the fact that I kept going after that is what matters the most. And what I loved during the run, which was, I was also pretty much alone for the whole time, which that part was difficult, because normally if I'm running alone, I've got headphones in. I was just in my own thoughts, and I was thinking, this is hard, this is hard, this is hard, the entire time. And so all of the marshals who were along that route were like cheering us on and stuff. And if anyone passed me, not anyone, there were some people that just like passed me and carried on, but there were definitely some people who passed and were like, oh, keep going, you've got this. And those moments just felt so good. Everyone was so friendly, and that did help just like push me at the end. And I could like see the final stretch and like the gantry thing with like the arch and everything, and I was like, I could do this, I could do this. But before I got to the gantry, I saw Claire. So I had invited Claire, because she lives in Surrey, so she's not that far away. So I invited her to come and watch me, and then we would like go get food afterwards. But I wasn't sure if she was going to come, because she was at the hen do the day prior as well, and she stayed out later. She got the last train home, and was definitely, she was drinking during her time, which is fine, have a good time. I was really envious that she got to do that, because I had to leave early and stuff, which it was fine. I had a brilliant time anyways. But I knew she was going to be hungover, and so I texted her in the morning like, don't worry if you can't come out, like, it's fine. I love you anyways, just knowing that you're there and supporting me like mentally is amazing. But I saw her right at the end. She was about like 100 meters from the end, and I saw her and I was just like, I'm so happy you're here. It brought like so much joy to me. I was like, I could do it. It just kind of helped push. And so I saw her, and then she ran with me for a little bit, which was really cute. And then I heard Joe. I don't even remember what he said. I think he said like, let's go, Emma, or something. I heard Joe, and I'm like, yes, he was just past the finish line. I'm like, I can do this. He's there. I'm gonna get to him. I'm gonna finish this race. I'm gonna do it. I was under my time, and I'm gonna make this happen. And so the last bit, I like got my tiny little burst of energy at the end, and just like ran the last little bit, crossed the finish line, raised my arms because I was so excited and happy, and then immediately went and hugged Joe and burst into tears. I was just overcome with emotion. I think just like a bit of like tiredness and like exhaustion, but also like really proudness and happiness and like feeling loved because Joe and Claire were there and they're like some of my favorite people. And yeah, it was really good. I had a brilliant time. And then we went and got breakfast, which was so needed. I had a giant stack of pancakes with chicken and syrup and eggs and bacon. It was great. So needed. But yeah, it was an absolutely brilliant time, and I really enjoyed myself. And yeah, so I crossed the finish line at 1 hour 52:45, and that is, I think, 4 minutes faster than when I did my practice one. So I'm pretty proud of that. That's pretty exciting. I think I would definitely do another triathlon. I'd probably do the Guildford one again because I really liked the pool swim. It was really well organized. Run Through did a great job. All of the signage for the bike was great. I didn't have to think about it at all. It was all really like very well manned and signposted, and so that was fantastic. And I'm tempted to do another, definitely a sprint triathlon. I don't think I'm mentally ready for a full like Olympic distance triathlon, so it's double, I think triple the swim, because normally a sprint triathlon swim is 750, but this one was 500. So it's an Olympic is 1.5 kilometer swim, which I also can do. I definitely can do that in about half an hour. 40 kilometer cycle and then a 10K run. So it's basically double this, and I'm like, that would be hard. I think I could do it. It'd probably take me 4+ hours, but that's a thought for another day. I'm just gonna bask in the glory of this one for now, and I definitely would sign up to other sprint triathlons. My only concern is an open water swim, because it is very different, a lot colder. You need to have a wetsuit usually. The start is different. I think I still would like to do it, but it just feels a little bit scarier. So I don't know if I will or not. I'm just proud of myself for doing a hard thing. I definitely don't think this will be my last triathlon, that's for sure, because I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. Less so during the run, but during the cycle I was having a brilliant time. So yeah, that's my journey of becoming a freaking triathlete. I'm so excited and so proud of myself, and I also really want to thank all of y'all for the support you've shown me through this time, and been cheering me on and excited about when my race is and ready to like give me all the love and stuff. It feels so good to like have had that support. It means the absolute world to me that I could share this with you and that y'all would be just as excited as I was about it. So thank you, huge thank you to all of you. But yeah, I did it, and yeah, that's it. That's the end of my triathlon story. I'm a triathlete now, and no one can ever take that away from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Do you think I should do another one? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Probably a vlog. I feel like I'm overdue an actual vlog at this point. So yeah, hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye!